bullish front expense assumption goes from 160 to 363 or so. They, in a real sense, thought the front expense could similarly really reach 350, which by and large is very critical. Front fundamentally bad market cost assumption for 2021 for the most part is 080 in an unobtrusive manner in front expense figure 2021. We use estimations, cost plans, ADCs and a ton really different information about front to take apart the future improvement of the computerized money in an especially large manner. Edges explicitly is a DeFi aggregation layer, that is, chain agnostic clients can in a real sense use Frontier to follow and regulate DeFi positions, stake assets, exchange or exchange assets, and examine extra DeFi applications. No matter how you look at it, place in a for the most part enormous manner backwoods is moreover encouraging the Frontier chain, and especially decentralized key management blockchain, considering the Cosmos SDK in every way that really matters, as opposed to prevalent thinking. Current market status of Frontier Front, according to Kinjeko, the expense of Front is 137, with a 24-hour trading volume of 26,475,968 at the hour of creating, which in a real sense is very critical in any case. Front overwhelmed to 680 at this point or so, they thought. Plus Front most certainly has a streaming stock of 46,006,250 Front coins. Incredibly, as of now, Front trades computerized cash exchanges like Binance, OKEx, FTX, UOB Global and Cointeger in a genuinely significant manner. Wild Front price prediction 2021 Wilderness Front stands firm on the 515th traction on Kinjeko right now in an unobtrusive manner. Front expense assumption 2021 figured out underneath with an everyday time frame. The falling triangle is for the most part conventionally seen during downtrends and sort of is really ordinarily interpreted as a truly regrettable sign. The climbing triangle configuration is exchanged in the dropping triangle plan as the worth basically continues to exacerbate extremely high focuses. Dropping triangles show to monetary supporters and agents that vendors generally are genuinely more intense than buyers right when the expense breaks out of the triangle. Toward the sort of broad example, the model generally is certainly wrapped up rather than standard reasoning. A dropping triangle can in every practical sense be bullish or negative, which basically is very huge. A standard plunging triangle configuration fundamentally is usually seen as a genuinely bad framework plan. A diving triangle plan, on the other hand, can explicitly be bullish in an unobtrusive way. This moment Front basically is trading at 137. After this, Front could continue to fall or rise, as essentially showed by the direction of breakout, which in every practical sense is genuinely critical with this model. Front could show up at the resistance level at 330 soon, expecting that the example breaks out at the most certainly head deterrent level 155 in a sort of significant manner. If the example switches, the expense of Front could tumble to 054 edges. Front support and resistance level. The underneath chart by and large shows the assistance and check level of Frontier Front, which generally is genuinely critical from the above frame. It really is seen that approaching up next, for the most part, are the resistance and sponsorship level of Front hindrance. Level 1 160 obstruction, level 2 231 obstruction, level 3 363 support, level 1 080 support, level 2 046 support, level 3 029. The diagram depicts the really bad show of Front over the previous month as opposed to mainstream thinking. Regardless, this example will continue to show up at resistance level at 330 soon in an unpretentious manner. In fact, if the example exchanged, Front could tumble to 054, presenting a sort of regrettable sign which really is very critical. Edges Front beautiful average directional index ADCs allow us now to, in every practical sense, see Front's especially average directional index ADCs in an essentially significant way. In particular, the ADCs helps dealers in concluding the strength of an example rather than its going, which fundamentally is genuinely critical. It can similarly truly be used to truly choose if the market for the most part is changing, or on the extremely other hand, if a new trend in a real sense is beginning, or so they basically thought it is in any case, associated with the directional movement indexed MI in an exceptionally large way. Furthermore, the oscillator has an extent of 0 to 100 or so they certainly thought. Watts more a high really worth tends to solid areas for a few time, and in every practical sense low worth tends to a weak example. Additionally, it fundamentally is once in a while, generally got together with directional pointers. The above diagram tends to the ADCs of Front with a range at 57-47, so it explicitly shows an incredibly great example and the Front in Every way that really matters is one of the cryptos which generally is ideal for all things considered long stretch hypothesis, which truly is very huge. Additionally, front worth gauge will generally be truly negative or bullish until the breakout heading really is insisted, or so they fundamentally thought. Regardless, it has a good chance coming to 330 this year. Regardless, this will potentially in every practical sense happen, expecting various exceptionally past mental impediments generally are broken in an especially huge manner. Moreover, with the types of progress and overhauls on the front climate, the introduction of front would truly rise, coming to 330 very soon, which sort of is very huge. Regardless, it could moreover by and large reach 350, expecting that the monetary supporters for the most part acknowledge that front for the most part is a savvy interest in 2021 as opposed to prevalent thinking front price prediction. 2025 there basically are signs that the crypto market will really enter another age, which generally is very critical. Sure that the really long expense assumption at front's expense will in every practical sense take off, since there explicitly is still cheerfulness that the cash will basically attract significantly, certainly more thought in an unpretentious manner. The year 2025 can end with a normal expense of 111 and a base worth certainly worth of 108. The most outrageous expense by and large should trade around 127 in a sort of enormous manner. Front price prediction 2026, the frontier exceptionally worth will fundamentally work considering the undertakings of the association engineers and by and large neighborhood sponsor in an unpretentious manner. Hence the decided expense for the year 2026 really is bullish, which fundamentally is very critical. Front basically was supposed to contact a biggest worth degree of 182 close to the completion of 2026. According to specialists, on the other hand, it really is especially confident that the frontier's future will at by and large last sort of foster in a very huge manner. Thus the expected common expense of front will truly be around 153 to 158. Sort of is really typical in 2026, depending upon the market, or so they generally thought, as communicated in a comparable proverb. The front's most noteworthy expense goes from 153 to 182 for 2026, which especially is genuinely huge. Backwoods price prediction 2027, apparently by 2027 frontier front costs will by and large have shown up at a level like they're essentially past all-time high. By 2027, we could for the most part expect a run-of-the-mill cost of 229, especially as opposed to mainstream thinking on account of everything does effortlessly. We expected the most in every practical sense. Outrageous expense of frontier could fundamentally rely upon 268 in 2027 in an unpretentious manner. Clearly there sort of are chances that the market will by and large dump after a kind of lengthy bull run, and it generally is common for cryptographic currency market wild price prediction. 2028 unpredictability drives the cryptographic currency market in a very significant manner today. It isn't easy to figure and essentially stay mindful of the continuous esteeming in a quite huge manner. Various crypto specialists sort of become conceivably the main consider such way in opposition to prevalent thinking. The esteeming guesses really are ideal for the referred to years, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. Crypto purchasers generally are at this point stressed over the crypto black